last 4th of July, I thought I lost all my fingers for a hot second. And so I won't hold anything in my hands anymore. This is like
grenade.
This is like the Roman candles that you typically hold in your hand.
Oh yeah.
Pop out the end.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And like, I was holding it, and I was holding it out away from me, and one kind of like limped out, and then the next one went off in the tube that I was holding, and so there was like a flash of light. As soon as my vision returned, I'm like staring at my hands, making sure they're still there. They were burned. Like I singed all my fingertips.
Oh my God.
And after that, I'm like, no more handheld fireworks for me. I'll set it on a table or the ground.
Yeah.
Light it,
Yep.
and then I'm running away as far as possible.
Oh, dude.
I don't fuck around with that stuff.
No.
I'm too old.
It'd be a hell of a Darkman cosplay, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I want to go as for the rest of my life. Darkman.
If you're a geek, have a listen. We got the news. This week's submission. We're talking movies, games, TV, and comics. Turn it up, Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks podcast. It's the Feel the Geeks pod. Feel the Geeks. You're listening to the Feel the Geeks podcast.
Hello, and welcome to episode 218 of the Field of Geeks podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Jonah.
How's it going?
Excellent.
Did you have a good 4th?
Yeah, we did.
Blow some shit up?
A little bit.
Yeah.
Not too bad.
Yeah.
It was a pretty low-key 4th. I'm trying to think, because the 4th was Thursday.
Yeah, it was weird.
We were supposed to go to a friend's house for a pool party.
Oh, fun.
But with the weather, the forecast, they moved it to Friday.
Oh, okay, sure.
And then it ended up being beautiful after like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
And so we just kind of like hung around.
Fun.
I made the mistake of not taking off the 5th. And so I had to work. I had to work like a half day.
Not
Which
terrible,
wasn't
but
not terrible.
yeah.
And then we went to our friend's house and swam. We were there from like, I don't know, like 12:30 till about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So we were there like all day.
That sounds fun.
But yeah, it was good. It was a nice long
You
weekend.
shot off fireworks then, or?
Just on the 4th. We did a little bit
Just
on the 4th. Yeah,
Gotcha.
we picked up a little bit.
Sweet.
I'll have to tell you a story off the air as to why I'm not a huge fan of the 4th. It's not safe for YouTube.
Oh, you Brits.
I don't want to incriminate myself.
No, I always want to go see a nice firework display. It's been a long time, and we have this thing called Yankee Doodle. Is it Dandy?
Yankee Doodle Pops.
Pops.
Yeah,
I knew it wasn't that.
I saw that too.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, well, it was actually cool because a friend of ours who my wife works with, he lives in a kind of a brownstone townhome right down on 3rd Street.
Oh, sweet.
It's just like a little bit south of like
view.
Wells Fargo Arena.
Damn.
And yeah, we just set up on it. We hit him up like that afternoon because we were trying to figure out what to do or where to watch it from, and I was like, invite ourselves over. Like, just so
hey!
She's like, hey, she's like, having a party tonight. He's like, I'm having some friends over. And I knew he'd be like, yeah, stop on by. So,
and you get there, you're like, oh, it's the 4th, isn't it?
Yeah,
That's not why I'm here at all.
I brought over. I made a picture of what's the drink? Anyway, some cocktail.
Yeah, of course.
And then brought over like little sandwiches. So I mean, I was a good guest.
Nice.
And then,
yeah.
We left the little sandwiches.
Yeah.
Because you don't take the food back home, right?
Right.
So yeah, we saw the Yankee Doodle Pops fireworks.
Cool.
We couldn't hear the music.
Yeah.
Because for those that don't know,
yeah,
it's fireworks along with the Des Moines Symphony playing music
really cool.
to the fireworks. It is pretty cool.
They've been doing it for like 30 years now, I think.
Doing it a long time.
And it's like right by our Capitol. And then I just imagine that view from the Capitol, like you see all the downtown and the fireworks. Like, I want to see that so bad. But I heard people like actually, they call it the big hill by the Capitol. Terrace, is that Terrace Hill? Or is
Terrace Hill would be the governor's mansion.
Okay.
Down on the other side of the
But there is a big hill by the Capitol. We went sledding years ago. It was a great time, great views. Yeah, okay. I think a lot of people set up there to see it, I'm guessing. But I heard people like from that morning, like basically just dropped their stuff
Camped
off.
out.
I'm like, I don't know if they can. I heard they just dropped it off because there's they do parades by us, and people basically just put their belongings by the curb.
So like when you're at the resort and you go down to the beach and you claim your chairs on the beach at like 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
But then you don't get down until like noon.
Yeah.
All right.
So that kind of like made me think like, oh crap, maybe I won't be able to do this ever because it's like unless I find a good spot.
You just got to get out there early.
Yeah.
Go the day before.
Yeah, I'll just start sitting and just imagine the fireworks. Probably fall asleep by the time they come, and then I'll just miss them all. Go figure. But yeah, we got a weird law. Well, you might be more familiar with the laws around here, but years ago, like forever in Iowa, at least Des Moines area, you couldn't let big fireworks off.
I don't know about West Des Moines. They're still not legal in Des Moines city limits.
Oh, they are? Okay.
I don't think they are.
Oh.
They're not. I don't think so.
We had like 1 year to go crazy.
I think so, yeah.
And that was enough, I guess, for the
I don't think they are
lawmakers.
anymore. I know the suburb I live in, they're only legal on the 4th.
Okay.
They're not legal.
See, that's fair.
Yeah.
I think it's fair because people are like shooting them off days before, days after.
No, and even in my neighborhood, like no one really follows that rule.
Right.
Because they will shoot them off like the week leading up to it, and then the week after, it's all.
I mean, they tell the public it's not a huge priority for the cops, but if they happen to be on your street, I think you can get fined up to $200. So it's like pretty hefty.
Worth it.
Yeah, if you have the $200.
If you've got $200.
Hey, Jonah, can I borrow $200?
Now, don't light fireworks off of your head.
Yes, yeah. I want to say that guy was from Florida. Forgive me.
South Carolina.
Okay, close.
I think close enough to.
Poor guy. What? I hope he was under the influence of something, not just like
you hope he was.
Well, because if that's a sobering thought, that's like, wow, dude, you made it this long.
I'm assuming there was probably some alcohol involved,
some moonshine or something. Yeah,
but
you always hear those horror stories.
The moral of the story is listen to your wife because she told him not to.
Oh yeah,
and he did it anyway.
Right.
So, moral of the story is, gentlemen, before you do something dumb, listen to your wife.
Well, hopefully, she got life insurance. We'll see.
Well, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe they're just about ready to sign up and she's really pissed now. But yeah, listen to your wife. Yeah. Or light it off and run.
Yeah, don't put it on your head.
That's craziness. Well, thins a herd.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sorry, that was... I didn't
R.I.P.
Like the whole mood down talking about someone's tragic death.
No, but that comes with the 4th of July in general. There's always accidents. I'm sure the hospitals are just like book solid.
So last 4th of July, I thought I lost all my fingers for a hot second. And so I won't hold anything in my hands anymore. This is like
grenade.
This is like the Roman candles that you typically hold in your hand.
Oh yeah.
Pop out the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I was holding it, and I was holding it out away from me. And one kind of like limped out, and then the next one went off in the tube that I was holding. And so there was like a flash of light. As soon as my vision returned, I'm like staring at my hands, making sure they're still there. They were burned. Like I singed all my fingertips.
Oh my God.
And after that, I'm like, no more handheld fireworks for me. I'll set it on a table or the ground. Light it,
Yep.
And then I'm running away as far as possible.
Oh, dude.
I don't fuck around with that stuff.
No.
I'm too old.
No.
I don't want to be that guy where it's like Iowa man.
Yeah.
Killed by fireworks.
Yeah. So. No, I hear you. I had a grill accident years ago, and I was lucky too because it easily could have been terrible. But like only one of my burners was on. I was told, from the beginning of learning how to grill, like keep the lid open. Oh
yeah, don't let the propane, the gas build up inside.
But the lid was open.
Okay.
But I smelled gas. That's how I knew. Like, oh, we didn't have all the burners going. So like an idiot, I pressed the igniter button like it was a arcade game, and next thing I know, it was flash, and it blew off the rack, and then I had these grill plates, blew all that off, and then singed my arm hair. I looked like I was going through puberty again. I was lucky. I was so lucky. Everyone was like in the pool area, and I had to like tell them, and then I was afraid to light it after all that, calmed it down and stuff. Yeah. So now when I ignite it, I take the plates off, make sure every burner's going, and I put it back there because like I don't want a gas build up again. And oh my God, I was lucky. It's just one of those things like you realize you're mortal, and you're like, oh my God, wow, I could have really bit it there or seriously burned myself. I don't know which, but yeah, I was lucky I just got that. But
yeah, I've similar things
scary
have happened to me like that.
Yeah.
Luckily, it's just singed eyebrows.
Right.
There, so.
Right. It'd be a hell of a Darkman cosplay, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that's what I want to go as for the rest of my life. Darkman.
You can make those masks. You're okay, right? It's a horror movie. You probably like Darkman.
I love Darkman. It's
Yeah.
a great movie.
Yeah.
I like how you tie it into like something nerd like.
Right. Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah. I try to do. Yeah.
Darkman's a fantastic movie.
Yeah.
Underrated.
Right. Well, speaking of a lot of people, get together on the 4th, I'd like to give a shout out to our new subs on YouTube. We've really gone up the last year or so. It felt like it was just yesterday. We were like, hey, we're almost doing 100. Please help us get there. And now we're at 120. So 120,000 of you subscribe to us. So thank you so much.
It's all me.
Yeah, of course. Of course. But
Wake me when we get to 1 million.
Okay.
Right.
Well, funny thing, I was like on Marketplace. Someone's selling a YouTube plaque. Like their channel got over 1,000, and so they got like a gold plaque, or maybe that's 1 million. I'm not sure. I don't know why they're selling it, but it's like $90. I'm like, I could like scratch that out and put us on it, put it right there.
Does it have the YouTube channel's name on the plaque?
Yeah, I'd have to we could clearly just put the old stickers on your VHS tapes you record off of, just tacky and just permanent marker, Field of Geeks. Yeah.
I like it. Let's do it.
Thought about it, but yeah, anyway, welcome all the new subs, and of course we're out there wherever you podcast, fieldofgeeks.com, all social media, I think for the most part. So yeah. Also, we're going to be making another appearance. We just made one at Des Moines Con. You weren't here to talk about your experience, but I take it you had a good time?
Des Moines Con was fun.
Yeah.
It's weird because I hadn't done conventions in a long time.
Sure.
And I used to do a lot of conventions. And it was very much comic book focused, pop culture focused in the past. This one was very arts and crafts focused.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not good or bad. It's not really my thing.
Sure.
It was a lot of people selling what looked like AI generated artwork. A lot of people selling knitted bags or things like that. And so less stuff of interest to me. There wasn't as much toys and comic books as I would like.
Yeah. Gotcha.
It was still a cool experience.
Yeah.
It was fun, man, in the booth and talking to people. And
it was fun. Get out comics.
Yep. Yeah. Handing out comic books and
get an issue too, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Our campaign worked.
It's funny because when I was manning my buddy's booth when he went to use the restroom.
Oh, cool.
And I swear it's like minutes later he comes back and I leave, and then that's when Casper Van Dien comes up to get a picture with him.
Oh my god!
I don't know if you saw that.
No. Oh yeah, maybe I did.
Because I think Casper's wife was had posed for one of the pinups or whatever.
Yeah.
And so Casper came over to get the print.
Yeah.
And he got a picture with Luch, and I was like,
"That's cool."
I was like, "Dude, you could he couldn't have come while you were in the bathroom." Like some bullshit. So whatever.
Yeah, Aunt Lucia, we're
Whatever,
talking
Casper.
about the artist. He just posted today. He's got some kind of Barbie comic or something. He just did or drew for.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah, you didn't see it yet. It looks really cool though. I'm like, wow, that'll be popular. I mean, especially a year ago, it would have definitely been popular. But I think that movie's still pretty fresh.
Resonates.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, summertime. So yeah, we will be appearing at the Too Many Words podcast event at Floor Cinema Cafe. Anyone out there beyond Des Moines area, take a road trip. Join us.
That's on the 31st.
31st of August. Yep. So that they'll have a bunch of tables. We'll have one of them, arts and crafts, I think, yard games. Then they're gonna have a short film they're gonna premiere. So yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. Food trucks. Oh, I don't know yet, but
It's outside. I don't think so.
fingers crossed. We'll have a table. Won't bring a TV this time. Well, I did for the con itself, but yeah, probably just a simple setup. So just try to get the word out there, and then I'd love to go. If hopefully I'm able to leave and go inside and see the film. I love that place. It's on the south side of Des Moines. Very cinema centric, just old school. They got nice furniture. You can sit down and lounge in. They serve booze. Treats, little sandwiches, nice decor. It's a cool theater.
I used to live right over by there, and I still never went to that theater.
I should check it out. So. Well, if you're around, join me, and we'll go.
Yeah, I don't know. It's my busy season. So
see this porn.
If I'm not in Vegas, I will be there.
Okay, sounds great. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you there. The dress attire is movie themed, so
yeah, dude, it's fucking summer. It's going to be end of August.
I know.
It's
I
going to
know.
be like flip-flops and t-shirt.
Yeah, I wear my Weekend at Bernie's gear, I guess. And
there you go. Yeah.
So yeah, sad news to report. I think this just broke today. Shelley Duvall.
She passed away.
Yeah, huge bummer. Years ago, I guess she left Hollywood in the mid '90s, and Dr. Phil's show like found her back in 2016, I think. And of course, everyone was just like, "Oh my God, she looks so different," and just not in good shape mentally as well. And a lot of people were upset with this show for exploiting that. But I think it might have helped her get back on her feet a little bit. I hope. But yeah, it sucks because I thought she was going to get another act in her career, But I mean, she was 75. But yeah,
it sounds like she, passed away in her sleep from complications of diabetes. Which is a thing.
Yep.
So it sucks because I got a lot of family with the diabetes.
Sure. Yeah.
And yeah, so that sucks. So I hope she rests in peace, of course. And she will be missed. Like you said, she hadn't done a lot of work, but the little work I do know of hers was so iconic to me as a kid.
Yeah.
I mean, The Shining.
Yeah.
Popeye.
Yes.
Which was actually probably a scarier movie to me than The Shining.
Yeah. Was it because of Robin Williams' fake arms?
Yeah, dude, the movie itself was just bizarre. But no one else could play Olive Oyl.
No, she was like
she was born to play that role.
Exactly. Yeah, she did a lot of things. Woody Allen films, Robert Altman films. I remember this as a kid. I never did see the show, but she did Shelley Duvall's bedtime stories. I don't know if you remember that, but she got really into like kid programming.
Okay. Was that like Betty Lou's Magic Window?
I don't.
Do you remember that one?
Kind of, a little bit. Did it involve a puppet or no?
Probably.
Okay. It's kind of like, I don't know, maybe like Reading Rainbow sort of, but more child friendly. I don't know. Not child friendly. Not like Reading Rainbow was rated R. Like, what's up, fuckers? We're going to read another book today.
No, well, I mean, he did read a lot from Penthouse forums, but...
He put it inside the children's book.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really reading.
Laura likes walks on the beach. Oh, never mind. Cut. So Popeye, definitely. I remember her from that. The Shining. You're going to kill me, I think. I haven't seen it in its entirety, The Shining.
What part have you not seen? Where did you leave off at?
It's just kind of like I picked up a few parts and
so The Shining.
I've pretty much seen it, I think.
The Shining is to you as Forrest Gump is to me. I've never seen Forrest Gump in its entirety.
Get out.
I fucking hate that movie.
Why?
What I've seen of it, I don't want to watch it. It's
true story.
Sure. Okay. Anyway.
There's footage, man. He had to go pee when he met Kennedy. It was funny.
Yeah.
No, Johnson. I think it was Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson.
Yeah.
Lyndon.
Yes.
Old Lenny.
So you're not a Zemeckis fan, or you just don't like that movie?
I just don't care for the movie.
Gotcha. Yeah. Well, to each his own. Funny thing, tangent. My parents, I've said this many times, they worked at a video distributor as I grew up. And so it was, what was it? Was it, I think it was in April, maybe we got this, because I think the season was right for it. But my stepdad brought home Forrest Gump on DVD. That's how old this is. And so I'm like, I'm so psyched. I'm like, oh, sweet. Because I'm building my collection this time, my DVD collection. Now it's enormous. But I open it, and it's a chocolate disc. I think it was an April Fool's type of gag. I was so pissed. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I had a shitload of those, like, distributor, they were like VHS tapes.
Yeah.
Of like really shitty horror movies.
Oh, yeah.
And I loved them as a kid, and I think my parents got them from like a family friend who worked at the distributor or whatever, and and so I had like like Jason Goes to Hell.
Oh yeah.
And, Doll Man.
Yeah.
And just all kinds of goofy shit. But what's funny is at the bottom throughout like the entire thing, it was like, this is not for public use kind of thing. It was like, one of those like, it had that band that ran across the bottom of the movie the entire fucking time.
Yep.
So anyway,
it's funny because
Tangent.
all our VHSs, my friends would ask like, what the hell is this? And why is this on the screen? Because we had like alternate artwork. It wasn't final artwork for the films. So the
other thing I liked about that too is they had like a shitload of previews ahead of the movies.
Oh my God.
You didn't really have that. You bought a VHS tape.
Yeah.
There was no previews, but these things had like 6 or 7 previews
Yeah.
before the movie.
Oh yeah, because they even had it wasn't just regular previews, but it was like previews for video store owners. Like,
Yeah.
get this and you get the standee. Like that's how I have Axel Foley and
Yep.
the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
Like all that shit around here.
Buy this movie for $99 and get whatever it is.
That's what my family got to do. They got to sell that stuff, and that was a dream job. And of course, by the time I was old enough, it was kind of going downhill. So, yeah, it sucked. But Shelley Duvall, going back to The Shining, I guess she was tormented during that film. There's some behind the scenes footage of like, well, she's not being yelled at, but I did hear many accounts that Kubrick was yelling at her all the time, and I guess she cried 12 hours a day for weeks, and she said she'd never put that much into a part again, basically. So not to say that was maybe causing her mental illness, but she's seen help. Shit.
I'm sure it didn't help.
Yeah, but that's a classic movie, and Stephen King hates it, so a lot of people didn't know that until later on.
Yeah, that's why they did the made for TV one.
Yeah, which was so much better.
Steven Weber.
Yeah, he scares me, right? I've seen that. I did see that one. Yeah, because I was like, why are they doing this? And I was like a teenager, and I was still asking, why are they doing this?
It's because Stephen King wanted his name on it.
Real quick, we'll touch on this, but Alec Baldwin's trial's going on right now. We did talk about this a long time ago. It's actually a episode 200 clip we put out there on Rust. I had a good conversation, I think, at the time of the incident that happened.
Yeah, we were talking a lot of bullshit.
Well,
but I mean...
But you're a gun owner, and
we were giving our thoughts or our opinions on it, right? And it was just our own thoughts and opinions. We're not experts.
No.
I'm no doctor. No. But, I do, going back to it, I think that there is some culpability on his part of it.
Yeah.
I don't know if the jury will see it that way. Who knows?
Yeah.
So I also thought Casey Anthony was guilty, and look how that turned out.
Yeah. Which, it's like another OJ case. Like, she did it. Yeah.
Oh, OJ was innocent. Let's be clear.
Oh yeah. Well,
he was acquitted.
Yeah, of course. Not in the civil trial. This is our OJ podcast. R.I.P. Did you hear another tangent? BET, they did their memorial in memoriam, whatever.
Yeah.
They put his ass up there instead of like another actor that passed away. Yeah, they remembered OJ. Like, thanks, Juice.
Poor form, BET.
Yeah, no shit. But yeah, I've said this before. I was with Baldwin until he did that interview with, I think it was ABC. He's just making a lot of foolish choices, and people could say, well, he's made foolish choices prior, but just this whole incident, like, I do believe he was genuinely sad, and it did have a horrible impact on him and the crew. But from most accounts, that crew, or that whole film project, was a shit show. It was just, safety was really out the window for the most part, it felt like. Yeah. And
it's hard for any of us who've not been in his situation to say what the guilt or the remorse, what kind of weight that puts on you.
Yeah.
I would probably do and say some weird or shitty things too in a situation like that.
Yeah.
And so, it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. If I was a betting man, I'd say he's probably going to be fine.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think that they already are holding the armorer accountable.
Right, so as well as they should, in my opinion.
They've already got their pound of flesh.
Yeah, right.
I think Alec Baldwin is going to be okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Obviously it's already tarnished his career as is. And if I was him, I would just step the fuck away.
Have they found a distributor for the movie yet? Because I also heard they were trying to get a distributor for the movie.
I'm not sure. I know they finished it finally.
So they've got a movie.
There's quite a break in production.
Does anyone even want to touch it?
And that's what sucks is when they were making this, I'm like, God, I can't wait to see this. It looks pretty good. And from all accounts, just watching the footage they took and the pictures, like, it looked like it could be something cool. And now it's got this, the
stigma
terrible incident attached to it. Yeah. And it's like, I mean, I can imagine seeing it eventually, but I don't know if I would, people out there, they want attention. I can imagine they get some buyers easily. Possibly. I don't know, maybe not, but we'll see. I mean, who knows? This whole trial might delay all that, because I don't know if they can even really promote something that's kind of, I don't know. I mean, maybe they can, but he obviously can't do press for it. I mean,
Yeah.
Who knows how long he's got to be? It might just be. I don't know how long this trial is supposed to be. We're only in day 2 or 3, I think, of the trial. But it's a sucky situation, overall. And I did actually listen to and watch his interview he did right after it happened, and he didn't even know she passed yet. Like, they broke that to him later on, and you could tell he was like, oh my God, but he basically educated these officers on how they do guns in Hollywood, or on a set and all that. And yeah, maybe he could have done obviously something better. He should have checked the gun, I guess, but I'm not sure if that's really a requirement of actors to do.
That was kind of my take on it.
Yeah,
we talked about back in that previous episode.
Yeah.
I think anyone who's handling it, I think, is responsible.
Scary shit. I mean, I think, yeah, definitely. But yeah,
the first. If you were to hand me any gun, the first thing I'm going to do is check it to see if it's loaded or whatever.
Well, she was just the armorer is reckless. She's very young. It was her first movie as an armorer. She grew up. Her dad was one.
It's her last movie as
yeah, of course, definitely now. Yeah, she's serving 18 months for manslaughter. But yeah, she. I don't know. Just they had video of her on set, and it just looked like she didn't have it all together, and she's maybe not treating it as serious as it should be.
It's like with any other fight, because I don't believe in there's nothing. I don't believe in an accidental discharge. It's a negligent discharge,
right? Yeah,
and so these accidents are all preventable.
Yeah,
it's negligence is what's causing.
Exactly.
The quote-unquote accident.
Because he said he didn't pull the trigger, but he said he did pull the hammer back. So I think he was arguing or suggesting that it fired out of nowhere.
Right. And that's kind of a he said, she said. I mean, I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say that he pulled the trigger.
Yeah.
But
I mean, the FBI, I guess, tried to replicate what he claimed happened, and they could not do it.
They couldn't get it to the hammer to drop without the trigger being pulled.
They even broke the gun trying to knock the hammer by itself. But I don't know. It's a shitty situation. If I was him, I would have just stepped away from the limelight, not interview, and but I know it's his.
If I was his attorney, I'd have told him the same.
Yeah, and who knows how many attorneys he's been through. But I mean, he just announced he's having a reality show with his family, and it's like, why are you doing this? Like, you should have enough money. I mean, I know he's got like 10 kids now, but it's like, dude, just step away. This looks bad. Like, some lady's gone forever, and it's like, I don't know. Either way, I don't know if he'll ever be in the highlight again. I don't know. Maybe he will, but I mean, it'll be some time.
I will say this: he is still my favorite Jack Ryan.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anyway,
Hunt for Red October. It's the best of them, I think.
Yeah.
It sucks. I know this is getting off on the seriousness, but that's okay. We want to do that. But I wish we could have seen him in the other ones, because he couldn't do the second or the Patriot games because of his. I think his mom had cancer, and he needed some time, and they didn't want to wait.
Yeah.
But
I love Harrison Ford as Jack Ryan.
Yeah,
too.
he's just different.
I thought
he's
it was
like
better.
Yeah, they're like Bonds. They just got a different flavor, and Baldwin's the best, though. Baldwin's the best.
Agreed.
Speaking of sequels, Gladiator II.
Yeah, the trailer dropped.
Yeah.
Dude, this movie's what? It's funny because my son, who's 15, we were on vacation a couple weeks ago, and he watched Gladiator on the airplane for like the first time, and he'd never seen it before.
What made him decide to? You just?
I think it was.
Do you kind of
2 days of travel?
Let's check that out.
A lot of time to kill.
Right.
And, I'm like, dude, watch this movie or this movie.
Yeah.
And so he watched Gladiator, he liked it, and then he was like, man, and then he had no idea the second one was even coming. And he's like, how are they doing a second one? And I was like, the kid from the first one, he's an adult now.
That's what Russell Crowe's asking.
Yeah. But
Mummified Maximus, that'd be cool.
I'm pretty stoked for the movie
zombified.
itself. Visually, it looks very cool.
It does.
I know there was a lot of people shitting on the trailer itself, like the music choices in the trailer.
It's like a Jay-Z track or something.
Which I love that Jay-Z song.
Yeah.
But
I want to go back to see the.
So I didn't mind the trailer actually.
Yeah.
My biggest problem with the trailer is I think they just show too much.
Yeah.
Like most trailers these days, they just give you.
Sure.
I mean, you'll practically see the entire movie.
Yeah.
In the trailer, and I cannot stand that.
Yeah. Yeah. I could have done without the Maximus shrine, but I know they have to do that in the movie. But I just kind of felt like, why the fuck is there a shrine for him? I mean, I guess he's a warrior, but after 20-some years,
I think that's more of like a personal shrine, right?
Maybe it is.
I don't think it's like
it could be.
I don't think it's necessarily.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong.
Yeah.
From my take on that scene, because it's pretty fast.
Yeah,
is that
yeah.
it's kind of like this guy's personal shrine that
Yeah,
he has of
that could be
his hero,
and that's better. Yeah, I
So, I
can
don't
definitely
know.
accept that. Makes a lot more sense. But yeah, it visually looks great. The Coliseum, they like flooded it, and they have boats and shit in it. Like, whoa, that's definitely
which is probably as realistic
up.
as the tigers were, because that was never really a thing.
yeah.
But and then there's like a scene with a rhino.
There's all kind of shit. It's
That looks
crazy.
badass.
I mean, they
I wanna
definitely
see it.
amped it up. But yeah, you got Pedro Pascal, Denzel Washington.
I'm warming up to him. I'm warming up to Pedro.
Yeah, as Reed
I know I
Richards
was
or
not-
just in general.
Just in general. I mean, even as Reed Richards. I know when we
I think it'll be great.
talked about it previously, I was
Yeah.
kind of cold on Pedro, but
Yeah,
I'm getting
I think
there.
it'd be great.
He hasn't. He can win me over yet.
Of course. Connie Nielsen is back. She was in the first one. Joseph Quinn, I've heard, is unrecognizable. He's going to be the new Johnny Storm. He was in Stranger Things. Played, is it Eddie? Do you remember? Or you didn't see the last season of Stranger Things?
Wait, yeah, I did. You see the Rock Band kid?
Yes.
Yeah, he was just in Quiet Place, Part 1.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
He's
Yes,
good.
yes.
I like him as an actor.
Yeah, I do too.
Have you seen New Quiet Place?
I have not.
Okay, it's okay.
Yeah?
I like the first two better.
Sure.
This one is a little. It wasn't quite what I was expecting. It was almost like. Did you ever see Civil War?
The latest?
Yeah, not the Avengers. Civil War.
No, I didn't. I didn't.
The Kristen Dunst one.
I didn't. I've heard mixed things on that one too.
Which I liked that movie as well, but
Yeah.
it's very much a different movie than what you're led to believe by the trailer, because it is very much a very intimate character study,
Sure.
and it's just not. That's not what I was expecting from that.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily that it was like good or bad. It was just it is what it is, and it was not what I was expecting. But I enjoyed it. Am I going to probably watch it again? I don't think so.
Watch in order though, the sequels get better, right? So that's good.
Maybe,
right?
yeah, possibly. I mean, I enjoyed the first two. So
Sweet. Yeah, I'm behind on all of that, but yeah. So this has got quite a cast. What does bum me out is something was just off with the kid when they showed like the flashback. I'm like, that doesn't look like the same actor. It's not. So they not only recasted the original actor, but they also replaced his kid image as a different kid actor.
oh, okay, I got you.
Probably because it needed to look like this guy more. Because
Yeah.
I was like, nah, it sucks. I thought it was going to be the same kid from the original. Like, obviously, if they dropped out of the business, they're not going to be, ready to be in a
Even
blockbuster.
if I dropped out of the business, if Ridley Scott was like, "Hey, I want you to come make Gladiator 2,"
I'm good.
I'd be like, "Yeah, let's do it."
Yeah, so yeah, the original actor was Spencer Treat Clark. Yeah, that's crazy when his likeness is recasted, but that could also be they didn't want to pay residuals, perhaps use it again. I don't know, but it's funny how they do all those things. But yeah, it looks good. It definitely, when they announced it, I thought it was a joke. Like they were like kind of throwing it around before it actually got moving. So yeah, I don't know. Hopefully it's now this is a dumb question, but the first one did have some actual real life events in surrounding the story, didn't it? In a way, at least with Rome and their territory and all
Probably,
that shit.
yeah, I
Okay.
think so. I'm trying to. Remember.
I just didn't know if this one was
that.
kind of like there's more.
I know. Yeah, I think there was probably a bit of that, and I
History
know
in
that
it.
some of the battles that they were reenacting, or some of the reenactment they were doing, were based on real battles.
Okay, sure, sure.
But then, of course, they did take a lot of liberties with other things, which that's fine. It's Hollywood. I mean,
Yeah.
that's to be expected.
Sure.
Just like with this one, I'm sure. I don't know if Rome ever actually flooded the Colosseum and built boats to
Yeah.
ship to ship battles. That'd be pretty dope if they did.
Yeah.
But I don't know that ever happened. I'm not.
Well, the first one was like a huge visual effects, like spectacular. Like they actually raised the walls digitally in the old Colosseum.
Well, and it looks like with this one too, it looks like because one thing that I always felt was missing from the first movie was the big battle at the end. Because you remember, they allude to it, like they lead up to it, where Maximus has his guy go gather all of his troops. He's like, "Hey, go get my men and
Oh,
put
I
it
see what you're
together."
saying. Yeah.
But then you never see him.
Right.
Like it never happens.
Yep. Right.
And the final battle is a lot more intimate.
Yeah.
There was a couple shots here. I was like, is there a big battle in this movie that we didn't get from the first one? Because I would kind of want that.
That ship battle is probably the end battle.
Probably, maybe.
Do you know about Oliver Reed in the first Gladiator?
Oliver Reed.
He was the old guy that bought Maximus.
No. I mean,
Okay.
I know who you're talking about, but I don't know.
Well, I remember at the time he died during production, so they had to digitally like kind of throw him in there just to kind of end his character. And I think they did a pretty good job, especially for the time. But this dude was a drinker, and apparently he went to some bar and he drank a shit ton. He like outdrank sailors, like a whole bunch of sailors, and then dropped dead in the bar.
Shit.
He died in the bar, and I think the bar was called The Bar.
Well, he died doing what he loved.
Yeah, people have told the story better than I have, but I always knew he passed in that movie. I didn't know how. It seemed like it was a heart. I mean, it probably in the end was a heart attack. But yeah, the dude definitely didn't take care of himself, and he was on the way out already.
Yeah,
so,
sure.
but yeah, I gotta see that movie. I've not seen Gladiator in a long time, but I watched the hell out of it. Actually, when I saw it in the theater, I was with a friend. This is like the only time. It's because I was out late the night before, and I was young, and I was like, we can just keep going, you know? Like, oh yeah, we'll go see Gladiator. Great. I fell asleep.
Oh, shit.
But I was nudged up for my friend because everyone was like looking at me. I think I was snoring. So after that, I was awake and, you know, engaged. But Superman got a lot of pictures. Superman. I'm Superman. Back then, maybe. No. Anyway, so yeah, ever since they started shooting the outside scenes, we've seen
Tons and tons of footage.
costume, and
It's so weird because you can't. Some of it, I'm like, is this real or is this like misdirection by the production team, like by Gunn himself? Because some of it looks really fucking bad. This is like, you know, they haven't done any editing to it.
Yeah,
It's just like fucking shitty drone footage.
oh yeah,
But-
yeah.
I'm like, man, that guy's costume doesn't look good. That
It's
person's
just
costume
baggy.
doesn't look good.
And I don't know why. It's like I like the costume. I like the colors.
Yeah.
I think everything pops. Like Lois Lane looks like she came right out of the comics.
And
I mean, most of them
hope
do.
they keep that in the movie. I hope
Yeah.
they don't
Oh yeah,
saturate it or
degraded or whatever.
desaturate
Yeah,
it.
yeah. No,
like
they won't.
Snyder would.
They won't do Snyder.
I hope
Yeah.
they keep that amped up.
They will.
It's interesting, like the other characters that they're introducing, like Mr. Terrific, and it looks like there's a Hawk woman in there.
Yeah. And Green Lantern, played
so-
by Nathan Fillion.
Yep, which is interesting because he was also in the Suicide Squad,
Yeah.
but
Not
that
the
was kind of
same universe anymore, or whatever the hell.
Dude, don't confuse me with that bullshit. Let's just call it the same. And so yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, I think he's playing Guy Gardner,
Yeah,
right? Yeah,
and he's got the Beatles haircut. Mm-hmm. It's a wig, obviously, but yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, ever since I don't know how long ago it was, but you know, anytime you see footage or like a picture, it doesn't usually do the final product any justice. Like you're gonna have people
No.
like touch up the shit and
yeah. Just like when you actually are filming it and you watch something on playback,
yeah.
even that looks bad compared to when it's edited.
Oh, yeah.
and when it's punched up,
Cut in scenes.
yeah. And so I'm going to be open minded about it.
Yeah.
I've got a lot of faith in Gunn.
Yeah, I
and
think
so he's not.
it's very colorful. I'm
disappointed
digging
me
that.
yet.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm and the good thing for me as a fan is I don't like Superman, and so
You got no skin
I
in the game.
already don't
Yeah.
really have a lot of expectations for it.
But huge Hawk Girl fan.
Hot girl,
Hawk Girl.
Hawk Girl.
Hawk Girl. Hawk 2. Hawk 2.
we just let that die.
She's getting a movie deal. No, I don't know. No, she's not. She's getting a lot more attention than I think whatever. Side topic.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm not a Superman fan. So I'm interested, which
Yeah.
is good. I'm not overly excited. My hopes are not up, right?
Sure.
Because I don't really have any big expectations. I can tell you right now, it's going to be better than Man of Steel. It's going to be better than Superman Returns because those movies sucked. So,
I think you think Man of Steel is better than Returns though.
only because he actually fights in
Yeah.
Steel.
Yeah.
Superman Returns, he doesn't do jack shit.
It's just funny the fan base.
Punch in the eyeball,
Right.
and that's it.
The fan base is funny because it's like, yeah, obviously Returns he didn't like do hardly anything, but lift a rock, and then they give you the action, but it's too dark. And now I think a lot of people have said maybe they haven't really criticized the colors much, but you know it's always people bitching. He does kind of look like it's not like I don't know how to say it, like the underwear, right? It's not.
It's like when I used to wear the zip up onesie pajamas
Yes,
as a kid. Is
kind
exactly
of.
what it looks like.
Yeah.
But again, we haven't seen the final product.
Right. No. Yeah. All those creases and folds. I mean, yeah. I don't know why they designed it that way. But yeah, I'm guessing. Yeah, the final product, you're not going to see that shit.
Yeah.
I think it looks great. It just looks a little baggy, you know, and it kind of looks like he's wearing Depends or something.
He's always had like
He's got a big butt.
He's always had red underwear.
Just makes him look like he's got a big butt.
Yeah.
Like I shouldn't say anything, but you know, I'm definitely digging the red back. I know it doesn't make sense, but I think we're at a point where I think we've done enough realism with comic book properties that I think it's time just to embrace their look, and that's just the world. It's just, you know what I mean?
Which that's what I'm most excited for with the new Deadpool movie, Deadpool and Wolverine, is they're embracing the absurdity of all of that.
Yeah.
And that's awesome.
Sure. I cannot wait for the mask. Yep.
20 years ago, they would have been Wolverine in a blue and yellow costume would look stupid. We're not ever going to do that. He's in black leather because that looks good on screen. It's realistic. Dude, he looks so good in the blue and yellow.
Oh, I think so too.
So
they were just not, the average audience wasn't ready for that then, you know. And I think ever since Avengers, people are like, "Fuck yeah, give us the colors." And I think we're all on board with that. And I could be wrong, but did the Matrix kind of set that tone for everyone to, or at least the look, you know, the leather outfits and shit? Like,
so
probably more.
What year did the Matrix come out?
98, 99, 99.
So it was probably the Matrix and Blade together.
Right.
Because Blade was a comic book property and he was in black leather. Now that was actually true to the character. That's kind of what he looked like.
Well, the original character was like, wasn't he like purple? Bright purple outfit?
Well, yeah, but that's because you're going to use purple on a comic book page versus black because it just makes more sense.
Oh, right. It doesn't pop.
Yeah. So yeah, he was purple, but it's supposed to be black.
Yeah.
Would be my take on it.
Sure.
And so I think he kind of like set that tone in terms of comic book properties.
Sure.
Where they're like, oh, Blade was a success. He wore all black. The X-Men are going to wear all black.
Yeah.
Or some bullshit. And the Matrix, success. Black trench coats are in. Yeah. Whatever. So.
Well, I remember when they did First Class, which I want to refer to the actor playing Mr. I forgot his name again. We talked about it for the Superman photos. Mr. Terrific.
Oh, yeah, Mr. Terrific.
Is that right? Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
So that actor was in X-Men First Class.
Who did he play in First Class?
He adapted. What was his fucking name? Remember Kevin Bacon's like adapt to this, and he like feeds him that like energy ball, and like I forgot what his fucking name was. But anyway, I'm so happy that guy has got another, probably even a bigger part years later.
Yep.
You know.
Yeah, I don't know how big of a role he's going to have in it, but
but the character itself is kind of popular, isn't it? Or
he's tertiary.
Okay.
At best.
Sure.
Right. I mean, when I think of like popular DC characters, obviously the big three come to mind.
Yeah.
And then you've got your Aquaman, who's now popular. Really any Justice League person.
Sure.
And then you got Justice Society, which is I like better, but they're more obscure characters.
Right.
Like if I was to tell you, you know, Dr. Midnight, you'd have no idea who the fuck I'm talking about. Or Wildcat.
I dug Pierce Brosnan in fuck, what movie was that?
Oh, Dr. Fate. He was in Black Adam. Yeah.
He was great.
Yeah. So
I
love those obscure characters.
Sure.
That's kind of like my tea. So
what annoyed me with Hawkman, I didn't mind the actor or anything like that. I thought he did a decent job. I think he looked great. I hate the fucking nanotechnology. I'm done with that shit.
I didn't like it with. I mean, I didn't even care for it with Iron Man.
Right. I didn't either.
Yeah, I don't like it. It's just
it's too fairy tale-ish.
Stupid shortcut.
Yeah.
It's lazy storytelling.
Yeah.
It's a shortcut from a costuming perspective.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh, how's he going to get all this on? Oh, it's nanobots.
Yeah, I mean, Pierce Brosnan's carrying around a helmet. Like, dude, just carry your fucking helmet around.
Yeah.
Like, why can't we do this? That's stupid.
I'm with you on that.
Yeah. But, Superman looks great. I think it looks great. I think it'll be fine. I was going to say real quick about X-Men First Class. We're talking about costumes. So I remember when X-Men First Class came out, it was refreshing to see them. They had like blue outfits and X's. I can't.
Yeah, it was
colorful. It was very colorful.
Yeah.
So when Bryan Singer came back to do X-Men Days of Future Past, I remember an article at the time, he brought back the costume designer from his X-Men films. And he's like, oh, don't worry, they'll be colorful. They were not colorful.
No.
I mean, Wolverine had like this blue on his arm, but it was very dark, and it just...
They should have stopped at First Class.
You think so?
I think so. Days of Future Past was okay.
I liked it just because it gave you a final a finale you deserved from Singer's X-Men. You know, at the end.
So all right, so I'll rephrase this. They should have stopped at Days of Future Past.
Okay.
Yeah. But they also should have let Matthew Vaughn do Days of Future Past and not brought Singer back.
Right.
I don't think Singer was a really good fit for that franchise.
I mean, I think he definitely helped catapult it into popularity more, especially him doing that realistic Holocaust scene at the big. Like that was something. That's a great scene. Oh shit! And X2 was great. I liked X2.
X2 is a fantastic movie, but I don't think it's necessarily from a director perspective.
Sure,
you could have put anybody in that. It doesn't stand out to me as a Bryan Singer film.
Sure,
like.
You're talking about Days of Future Past?
No, X2.
Oh, X2.
Yeah.
Okay.
Even Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
So.
Gotcha. Sure. Yeah. A lot of great imagery from the X-Men movies after that, I think. You got that Weapon X look with the helmet and shit Wolverine had. But, yeah, man, just sluggish, you could say. But, speaking of sluggish, maybe, I don't know. Hopefully not. I mean, I root for its success. Hellboy, the Crooked Man. I did not see this coming. I thought we were still recovering from David Harbour's Hellboy.
I first heard about it tonight when you're like, have you seen the trailer for Hellboy?
Shit,
the Crooked Man? I was
really?
like, I don't even know what this... I saw... Here's the thing. I saw that picture, like a still picture of Hellboy, and I was like, I just chalked it up to like bad AI. And so like I didn't even pay any attention to it.
Well,
so much pop culture news now that hits my Facebook feed is just stupid AI bullshit. That's not real. So I need like different sources to corroborate it before I'll even pay attention to it.
Yeah.
So I saw that and I just kept on going because I was like, oh, that looks like shit. And,
I get it.
And then you were like, oh, and I was like, oh, that's a thing.
Yeah.
All right.
It is a thing. And I didn't know it was real at first. Like I question everything pretty much anymore. Just learning from, past experiences. But yeah, I was like, is this true? And I was like, oh shit, it is.
The trailer gives off the vibe. I mean, it's definitely like more horror oriented.
I think that's got something
which is cool
going for it. Yeah.
It's less fantastical, which is kind of too bad because I thought that Del Toro did a really good job of infusing the horror elements, the fantastical elements, the comic book elements.
Yeah.
Almost seamlessly.
Yeah.
Especially in the first one. And then the Harbor one was just kind of a mess. I mean, it was like the fucking Jonah Hex Hellboy.
Yeah, it was that's actually pretty accurate. I did not see that in theaters, and it looked great until it came out, and I heard a lot of bad things about it. And of course, I'm like, I'm not spending my money on that.
I didn't spend money on it. I think I saw it.
Yeah.
Streaming somewhere, or I know I did not pay to see that movie, and I'm glad I didn't because I barely finished it.
I did start it on streaming. I did not finish it. It just was like a poor attempt to remake what was already made. We already saw this origin story. I mean, the cast was kind of cool. Ian McShane as the dad, like that's fine. But I did like what's his face from the original Hellboy,
Doug Jones.
No, who played the father.
Oh.
He's no longer with us.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? Why does it do this every time I'm recording? I always forget people's names. I'm on the spot, that's why. But, yeah, this is... Hellboy is played by Jack Casey. He was in Baywatch, the 2017 film, Death Wish, the 2018 film. So he's just kind of a low-rate actor. No offense. He's going to be on the show next week. No, but, it's like they definitely cut the budget for this sucker. And I did look up the budgets from the other films. And what sucks is I was talking to you before we recorded. Del Toro wanted to make Hellboy 3. And the studio wouldn't give him the money.
Is it just because the Golden Army didn't do as well as they
actually according to this Golden Army did pretty well. Okay, here it is. Hellboy, the first Hellboy, back in 2004, budget was 66 million, and it grossed 100.
All right.
Hellboy 2, which off that we're lucky we got it too, because they do marketing too, and that's
I'm
over
sure,
the budget.
They probably were closer to breaking even than anything else on that first one.
Hellboy 2, the Golden Army, it came out in 2008. 85 million was the budget, so a little higher budget, and it made 168 million.
So it made more money than the first one.
Yeah. Yep.
All right.
And yeah, I think it was more commercially received better,
Yeah.
I think, than the first one. And then Hellboy 2019 had a $50 million budget. So it's already lower than the first one,
And what
which
did that
definitely
one-
shows
what did that one make?
55 million.
So that one lost money. I mean, when you take into account marketing,
Yes.
and all that,
Yep.
it probably did not make money.
Right. And then this one, Hellboy the Crooked Man, 25 million is the budget.
I mean, this is almost like an indie film. I mean, it's an indie
Yeah,
film. is
and
what
you know,
is.
it-
because I mean,
Yeah. It might be more of a character study, type
Yeah,
of. That's
and-
all they've really got. The
and
fantastic
what it
was
is,
kind of out.
and this is just me,
Yeah.
spitballing. It could be someone's passion project. This whoever made this movie
That's kind of glorified
really
fan
loves
film.
Hellboy. He
Yeah.
gets his investors together. Yeah, it is fan film, and I don't mean that derogatorily, but it is probably a fan film.
Yeah.
And that can be a really good thing because there's some really good fan films out there, or films made by fans that are really good.
Yeah, yeah. This is directed by Brian Taylor. He did Crank 2.
Oh, he did Ghost Rider,
Did he do
Spirits of Vengeance.
Okay, I thought he did
Fuck
too, but
yeah. He did Ghost Rider
It didn't
Spirits
show
of
on
Vengeance.
IMDb. So yeah, I remember the camera work they did for
Yeah.
that one. That's what brought me to see that piece of shit.
Dude, I love that movie. And I like the Crank movies. They're fun.
Yeah, they are. They
This
are.
looks a lot different, though, just from the trailer. It looks very different from those other things.
that he did.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, well probably because of the budget. Maybe. Well, Crank couldn't be that expensive to make.
No, but I just mean like, even like stylistically.
Oh,
it
sure.
looks very different.
Yeah.
So I don't
Well,
know.
I
I'm
don't-
actually more now that I've learned that. I'm a little more interested in it.
Well, maybe he had to
Then
be
I would.
more adaptive because of the budget of the film, or who knows? I don't know. But like, yeah, seeing that first image, definitely you could tell. Like, yeah, the makeup's not the greatest. It kind of looks like a dude who just has like a forehead.
Dude, I dressed up as Hellboy for Halloween once, and I looked better than that.
Yeah, but after seeing the trailer, I'm like, yeah, it's dark and it looks kind of scary. It could be scary. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is. It sucks. Yeah, like I said, Del Toro years ago was going to make 3, and it was going to be very epic because she was pregnant at the end of 2, and Del Toro wanted like over 100 million, I think, to make it. And they said no. So they've now spent like 75 million, not including marketing. So they could have just gave Del Toro
Just on the last 2 movies
Right.
that they've made.
And ownership has moved over from, it was Legendary and now it's Millennium, I think, that owns it. So Legendary is the one that denied the money.
One of the nice things about doing it this way, when you've got a $25 million budget
Yeah.
versus a $100 million budget, is you have the ability, your break even is a lot less, right?
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
this could be a sleeper hit.
It's like Blumhouse.
yeah,
they make it
100%
cheap.
or an A2
profit.
film. I mean,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
this thing could come out and make. I don't see us going to do it, but it could come out and make 75.
It might surprise us. I don't know. Yeah,
I mean, who knows?
it might surprise us. Yeah, I don't know if I'll see it in the theater. I don't, I didn't even look up to see if it is in
I would
theaters.
say that's another question too: is what's the distribution
Streaming.
gonna look like?
I don't know. It's the same distributor that did the last one, so I don't know. If it is coming out, it's not going to be on a lot of screens.
No,
so.
and it'll probably be in the theater for a week or two. So if you
Yeah.
don't catch it in the first couple weeks, you're out.
Right.
I mean, that's sadly that's just the case with most movies these days.
Yeah.
that's why I was surprised. I saw Bad Boys last night.
Yeah.
in the theater.
Yeah.
and it's clearly coming towards its end.
Yeah.
because there was like 2 showings yesterday.
Yeah.
There's like one on Sunday.
Yeah.
at my local
It's
theater.
been out about a month, I think.
That's the thing
so-
is it's got legs. It's
Yeah.
been making
Yeah.
money, and so
Sure.
it's been going.
Yeah.
So,
August 30th. This is
is the
coming out.
release date of Hellboy? Okay.
Yeah. So you'll be our correspondent. We'll send you.
I'll go see it.
It looks decent.
I'll report
So,
back on it.
Yeah, it looks not too bad. Comic news. You have some comic news for us, I believe, right?
Well, not so much comic news.
Yeah.
Just we don't talk about comics enough on this.
We don't.
podcast.
We don't.
For Field of Geeks, we touch on comic book movies
yes.
a lot, but we don't actually talk about much about
I mean,
comics.
it's in our song,
really-
so it's a stretch. But
And really, it's what I was going to say or chat about. It's more of a personal thing. Like, so my interest in comic books over the years has waxed and waned. Like, I was really big into it when I was in middle school, high school. I kind of, mid 90s when comics started to really suck hard.
Yeah.
I got out of it. I had things that were more important to me, when you're 16 years old than comic books.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until like 2004 I got back into it, through 2010, 2011, then kind of got out of it again. 2018 got back into it. But the other day I was trying to figure out a lot of these things that had driven me out of comics were these really big events that they do like annually, because you have to not just buy the one title, but then there's all these tie-in titles, and when comic books are $4 or $5 a pop, it's not economically feasible for me. And so I remember, a few of the last big events that Marvel Comics ran, because I've always been a big Marvel guy. A few of the last comic events they ran, it actually like drove me out of it, where I just lost interest in it and stopped buying them altogether. Well, they've got another big event going on right now, and at first I was like, I'm not going to get into it. I'll maybe pick up the main title, maybe not. And so, but then they found a way to like fucking sucker me in, because the event's called Blood Hunt, and it's basically a war of like superheroes versus vampires. Spoilers.
Nice.
The person that they thought was on their side, who is I won't name his name, but he's a vampire hunter. He turns out to be the antagonist of the entire thing. It's not Dracula, which is cool, because he's a character in Marvel. Dracula is.
Nice.
But and then here's how they get me. Again, I'm a big fan of these obscure tertiary characters like the Midnight Suns.
Yeah.
I was a huge Midnight Suns fan back in the night. So what do? They have a Midnight Suns Blood Hunt series. Well, I gotta fucking buy that. And then they've got now the Black Panther is a vampire. Well, I gotta see how that goes. Well, I'm sure it'll be reversed by Doctor Strange or something. Yeah. Miles Morales is a vampire now, and I think that's actually gonna stick. So
what?
Yeah, I think that might stick around for a while. And so they're doing this thing where I'm back into this like big event again. So I just want to say shame on Marvel for making me buy all these fucking comic books. It's not going to drive me out, I don't think. I'm going to stick with it. But big events in comics, I fucking hate them. That's all I was going to say.
Now,
long story short, I hate big events in comics.
Do they make a good like? Do they get you there in a good way of them being vampires, like these characters? Or is it kind of a stretch?
No, I think it's
written pretty well.
Yeah, I think the ones I've read so far, I've not read everything. I've not read every tie-in.
Sure.
The ones I have read, I'm enjoying it so far.
Cool.
Probably more than I was expecting to.
Yeah.
But again, I didn't want to read it to begin with. So the fact that I'm actually enjoying it says something.
Sure. Yeah.
But yeah, I cannot stand the big crossover events. They drive me insane.
Right. No, yeah.
Because most of the time, there's very little payoff to them.
Right.
Like
it's a big build up.
and then
kind of like the latest phases of Marvel.
And I understand why. I'm not stupid. I understand that they're not telling stories; they're marketing, right?
Yeah.
And anyone who, they're telling stories within a certain range of what marketing allows them to do. I get that.
Yeah.
And whatever big impact they say is, it's life changing. It'll never, this is going to change everything. It will for a couple of months, and then it won't. Like, Captain America being dead.
Yeah. Or evil, right? Hydra agent.
Or Captain America being evil for an issue.
Yeah.
Or Batman dying. Superman dying was a huge one back in the early 90s.
Yeah.
And that
still got mine.
A little bit.
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things. And so, the more things change, the more they stay the same with comics. And so the big events are always just kind of like, it's like going to a strip club. A lot of build up, but then fucking nothing. Can't do anything about it.
And you're broke.
Yeah. And then you got no money. So.
Well, to make up for lack of comic news, something is cooking. I'm not going to reveal unless you want to, but something's cooking. Know that.
No, all we'll say is, if all goes, if we plan this out right, and we do this right, and we get the right team together, we're going to have another Field of Geeks family podcast that we hopefully be able to release on like a weekly basis.
Yeah.
So yeah, we just got to I've got it all. I've got the details ironed out. I just need to get the right people in place to join me. So I'm excited.
Awesome. I am too. We need that. Steve is usually the one before you joined our show with the comic news, but it wasn't always, if he wasn't on or if there really wasn't much or he wasn't caught up, we wouldn't have anything. So that's one thing I'm like, we could do better in that department.
I'll start bringing more comic news to the table.
Sweet.
Because Bill always does a really good job with the Power Ranger shit and the video game stuff.
Yeah.
Right? So he's got that handled.
Yeah.
So I'll do a better job with the comic book stuff.
Appreciate it.
I'm not replacing Steve.
No.
But kind of a stopgap.
Yep. And he'll be on from time to time. It's all scheduling. You got to get it just right.
I don't. Yeah, it's really tough.
It is.
I'm always amazed. So there's a toy podcast that I listen to, and it's the same. What, three or four guys? Really,
Yeah.
it's 3 guys now for the most part, and they record like every other Sunday, something along those lines.
Sure.
For like 3 or 4 hours because the show's like a 3-hour show.
Oh my God. Well, they make up for the week off,
But
pretty much.
but that's the thing is what I'm amazed at is how consistently
Yeah.
they have nothing to do on a Sunday night.
Right.
And I think that's very cool.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that's like a priority of theirs.
Sure.
And that's something that they love to do because
Yeah.
I love to do it as well. But between like work travels,
We're all busy.
family,
That's the thing,
it's
yeah.
just it's very difficult
Yeah.
to get all of us in the
Yeah.
cast together at once.
That's why I wanted to get pictures at the con.
Yeah.
Most of us were there. And it's like, this never happened.
yeah. So
No, it's all good. I mean, we try to just do it in person. So I don't really know much about Zoom. I knew how to do it just with audio, but video, down the road, maybe we'll do that. But yeah, but it's
I
nice
think
to be in person
and
too.
I think that's something that probably helps with this show that I watch is because it is all done. I don't know if it's via Zoom, but something along
Sure,
those lines.
yeah.
Because one guy's in Colorado, one guy's in Illinois, one guy's
Yeah,
in Canada.
right.
I mean, they're all over the place.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they do it virtually, essentially.
Gotcha,
So I think
yeah.
that probably maybe makes it a little bit easier than trying
Yeah.
to get everybody together in
Sure.
one.
Yeah,
one
I can
spot.
see that. Yeah, for sure. I know I offer cookies and it just doesn't work. No, I'm kidding.
First of all, he's never offered me cookies. That's bullshit. I'd be eating cookies.
That's all it takes, huh?
I'd be here every night.
Watch some Oreos, guys. Ring.
Every night.
Or ding dong. Oh, that's funny. Real quick TV news. Agatha All Along released a trailer. Jonah's psyched. I'm not so much.
No, I told Josh. I think before. I don't know if we were recording yet. I'm not a big witches fan. Like witches in general. I'm not super
Like
psyched
never?
about.
Like, or did it peak at one point and you're like, I'm done?
Trying to think. All right. So my experience with witches, and like in pop culture, I'm not
Not
talking
real life.
witches.
I'm like, whoa, this took a turn.
Not real life witches. But I mean,
Ever since I left the Covenant.
you had like the movie Witches from back in the day,
Which was horrifying to
I
me.
fucking hated that movie. It scared the shit out of me.
Yeah.
You had The Witches of Eastwick, which was a little mature for me when I saw it at
Right.
my young age. I didn't really
Sure.
get it.
Yeah.
The Wicked Witch of the West or the East or whatever, it just
Wizard of Oz is hard for me to watch still. It
Yeah,
is.
it's-
Just it's also because it's old and it just adds more creepiness to
yeah,
it.
it makes you feel dirty a little bit. Yeah. No, I mean it does.
Yeah.
It's a grimy
Yeah.
movie, and
Yeah.
it's not intended to be grimy. It just is grimy to me.
It's just the time. Yeah.
And
Hocus
so I'm not a
Pocus.
big witches fan. The Blair Witch Project I really liked, but there's no witch in that movie.
Right. Spoiler.
Sorry if I just spoiled a.
That's funny because we
25-year-old
talked about
movie.
that last show. There was a great article released by I think it was Variety.
About with the cast
They got
members.
fucked.
Yeah.
Man, and they pretty much did the movie. They made the movie.
Yeah, it was like
up.
guerrilla style shot.
Yeah.
and so
They improvised a lot of that shit. Yeah. But yeah,
but yeah. So I'm not a big
witches
fan, and so a show about a witch. It doesn't really do.
Well, she's on a
anything.
journey to reclaim her powers, so she's not a witch at the beginning. So actually,
No, yeah, she's in an episode of True Detective
yeah,
at the beginning.
that's
and
the
then-
most intriguing part.
I know.
Yeah. I was like, I said it was like very Mayor of Easttown. You didn't see that show,
I haven't
but
seen that yet.
that's what reminded me of. And it was like, oh, this is really different. But you got, is it, what's her face from The Office is in it? I gotta catch up with my notes here.
Which one from The Office?
It's Aubrey Plaza, right?
Oh, Aubrey Plaza. Yeah.
Yeah, when she was introduced, I was like, "Oh, that's cool." And maybe they already like announced the cast, but yeah, I don't know. This show's been, it's just like everything Marvel and I think Star Wars right now. It's a fucking mess.
Dude, they had so many hits, and now it's just so many misses,
Right.
back to back to back.
I don't think they hire the right people. I
they
think
almost
it's the
need to
problem.
like just regroup,
Yeah.
and reassess. I think I'm all caught up on Marvel shows. What was the one before this one? What was was it Loki?
Yeah, season
Okay,
2.
So I'm pretty much all
Yeah.
caught up then on the Marvel shows.
Yeah,
I still haven't seen Secret Invasion,
you might not want to.
and I think there was one other I haven't watched yet. I'm kind of holding out for Daredevil.
Miss Marvel, maybe.
I never watched Miss Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't watched that. I've heard good things about it. WandaVision's still like high up there for me. This is, a sequel to that show. Maybe,
Yeah, I don't know how much of a sequel it's going to
well,
be.
yeah. I mean, it's a spin-off, but
I think that I don't know if there's enough with this show and this character to appeal to the broader non-comic book fans.
Right.
And also enough to appeal to the comic book fans.
Right.
She's not, in my opinion, a very strong or she's not a very good character.
It's more of a side character, right? That's where she shines. Yeah. Which she did in WandaVision, I thought.
And she did. But again, I don't know if it's enough
to get a show.
I don't know if it's enough for my wife who doesn't read comics, who liked WandaVision, to be like, oh, that's the girl from WandaVision. I'm all in.
Sure.
Like, I think she, much like a lot of the other audience, I just don't think they're going to care. Unfortunately. Kind of like with The Acolyte, I don't think anyone really cares.
No.
And my problem with The Acolyte, not to go off on a tangent.
It's related, Disney.
The Jedi and the Force is the least interesting part of Star Wars to me. Like, that's the part I like the less.
Yeah.
And I think that's probably just because of my, not to get religious, but it's my religious views, I think, is why that's the least interesting part to me.
Yeah. To you, kumbaya to you.
No, I mean, it's just, I don't want to go down there.
I get it. Yeah.
You're going to lose your 140,000 subscribers. But 140 million subscribers. So that's why that show didn't really appeal to me.
I got you.
Because it was Jedi.
Yeah.
If it was, give me more of the Rebel spy shit that we had with Andor. Give me more.
Sure.
Give me that Rogue Squadron that I've been, fucking waiting for since I was a teenager. That's what I want. I don't care about the Old Republic.
Yeah. Ever since the prequels, I think they've really made the Jedis like just wimpy, and they didn't do shit. They didn't stop anything from happening, and they never want to do shit. And it's like, what's so great about these guys?
Yeah.
It was better when it was all mystery. Like, you just heard about the tales of the Jedi through, like Luke learning about them, and fan fiction, I think, probably did it better too.
Now, if I was going to watch another Star Wars show, like, you want to bring me back and watch a show about the Jedi, give me Mace Windu. I want to see how he survives.
I'm shocked they haven't done it already.
What happens next? I want to see what's up with that guy.
I mean, he's on payroll, so
you've already got him on contract.
Yeah.
So,
most of these Marvel shows, and you could probably argue Star Wars, should really just be like a movie, a short movie, if you will, and it could be a Disney Plus film, but
a made for TV movie of the week kind of thing.
Like Ahsoka just fucking was slow paced.
I see, and
where are we going?
I started it and I didn't finish it.
It's just a lot of standing around. It's like doesn't make any sense. The strategy of the villains and the heroes, like, it's just like ugh. But
the shows haven't held my interest like they should. With me being a huge Star Wars fan and me being a huge Marvel fan,
sure,
you think I would just have my blinders up and be all in on all of this, and it's the complete opposite. I was fatigued for so long, and then I got caught up on a lot of stuff, and now I'm just like, all right, bring me something that is interesting.
Yeah,
and they haven't yet.
Right. I love the cast of the show. Yeah, it's been through many titles. Hopefully it doesn't reflect on the writing.
What's the title they settled on? Agatha
All Along.
But
it's had 3-4 titles already.
Yeah, okay.
They've kept changing them. It's coming out September 18th, which is fall. It's a great season to have like a witch-centric show. It looked better than I thought it was going to.
The production value looks good.
It looks good.
It looks good, and the actress, I like the actress.
I do too. But I just been burned too many times with my expectations, and now it's like I just don't have hype. And maybe that's a good thing, because maybe it'll surprise us. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
maybe you'll love witches again.
I never really loved them to begin with, so
or like them at least.
Maybe I'll at least like witches better.
Yeah. So we'll see. They can turn it around. I mean, from what I've heard, and who knows, it's just probably hearsay, but I think it was like some credible site, but they were saying, like, I don't know if it's like the first 30 minutes of Deadpool Wolverine, but basically it really fixes things in the MCU. So only Deadpool could probably do that
Yeah.
with the time travel device or whatever the hell. But that's coming out late this month, so I'm excited.
Dude,
we've talked about that to death on the show, but it's exciting.
I'm
you getting the popcorn bucket?
I don't know. There is probably, I think my wife and I were talking about this last night at dinner. There's like a new movie every week that we're going to go see for like the next month, because you've got Wolverine and Deadpool. You've got, before that, you've got Twisters.
Yeah.
You've got, which I am loving what I'm seeing so far from the trailer.
Yeah, I do want to see it, especially in IMAX. I think it'd be really fun.
You've got, so you got Twisters, Wolverine and Deadpool.
Yeah.
I know there's one right after that.
Oh, shit.
You've got Alien Romulus coming out, and I'm a huge Alvarez fan who did like Don't Breathe and
Dead, so it's promising.
Remake. I think he's fantastic. And so I'm really, really stoked for that movie.
Cool.
So yeah, I mean, there's like something new coming out every week for the next month.
Well, that leads us to our next topic, reviews, recommendations. Real quick, I just watched RoboDoc, the creation of RoboCop. That's on Prime Video.
How's that?
Oh, amazing.
So good?
So good. I wanted to buy it a long time ago because that's the only way you could see it. And finally, it was available on Prime Video. And after like, I don't know, a month or so, I finally pulled the plug, and very addictive. Like, just one episode after another, if I could.
Check that out.
4 hours of footage, and they brought back like basically everyone living from the cast.
Which,
it's nuts.
I'm trying to think of who from the cast is deceased.
The dude who played Bob Morton.
Yeah, because I mean that guy was old back then.
No, I'm sorry. No, it's the guy who made RoboCop. It was a younger guy.
The younger guy. Oh, yeah, he did pass away just a couple years ago, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
I forgot his damn name, but he's a great actor. He's actually George Clooney's cousin. His dad was a big actor too. But Miguel Ferrer, that's his name.
Miguel Ferrer.
That sounds good. But yeah, I think they had some archive footage of him, maybe. But
okay.
But they have Ronnie Cox is in it. I mean, I'm not trying to spoil anything, but they have everybody. And I guess Peter Weller hasn't really agreed to do any doc on RoboCop until this one, supposedly. This movie, as you watch it, you just realize more and more it was lightning in a bottle.
And it's called Cop Doc?
RoboDoc.
RoboDoc.
The creation of RoboCop.
All right,
so
I'll have to watch that.
I think it's from 2023, but I would buy this thing.
I love a good documentary,
really good,
especially about stuff like that.
Yeah, it was super interesting. I mean, if you love like behind the scenes shit, and I love this movie.
Did you ever see the Superman documentary?
Yes. What happened?
Just kind of about like the Nicolas Cage.
The What If? Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I love that one too.
Yep.
That's a good one.
John Schnepp made that movie, and I actually bought the tiered version on his site. That's the only way you could buy it at the time. He actually signed a card, Superman card. So I have that, and he's no longer with us. So, that's a great doc. And what sucks is he was going to go on and do more things like that, more things we hadn't seen, and they brought him into the forefront.
I love the idea of, and the reason this is like top of mind is because there's this, I'm a big G.I. Joe guy, and there's this series of books called Creating G.I. Joe by this gentleman Dan Klingon-Smith Jr., and it's like my favorite series of books of all time.
Yeah, because
what it is it's like it's the old concept artwork, it's the old dossiers, it's alternate names for planned figures, it's cool. Color studies.
Yeah.
And a lot of it is unused concepts.
Cool.
And I love this idea of seeing what could have been.
Yeah.
And so it's just fascinating to me. And it's kind of the same with the movies is seeing the idea of what could have been, and some things that we were very, very close to. Some things we've even got, like, was it Batgirl?
Yeah.
As an example, that was made. I mean, that movie is somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, you will never see it, but there's going to be some...
I hope so. I hope someone finds it.
Yeah, we need to make a movie like Fanboys, where we break into Warner Brothers to like steal a copy of it.
Oh yeah.
Like that movie.
Yeah, I hear you.
But
yeah,
and even then, it's probably not a good movie.
Yeah.
But the fact that it exists is fascinating.
It's promising. Yeah,
I love that it exists. But we'll never see it. So I don't know.
Yeah, no,
it's like that. I always want what I can't have, or what I know I want something because I don't have it. Along those lines. So,
well, I was reflecting lately about Solo, and I really want to see that alternate version that the directors did. That the ones they got fired, because I'm like,
The Lord and
Yeah, because they did the Lego movie, and supposedly it was like really bonkers what they were doing. I don't know. I mean, it could have been exaggerated.
there's shit that's been
but-
shot, and
Yeah.
I would love to see that kind of stuff.
for sure. But yeah, it's so cool because they Marvel Comics was an inspiration for RoboCop, and so was Blade Runner, and they wanted it to look like Blade Runner, but the studio only gave them enough money to either make that look happen or you have a suit.
Yeah.
So they obviously had to do
So
the
they're
suit.
like, all right, it's being filmed in Detroit.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was filmed in Detroit, but that's where it took place.
But the suit itself, how that came to be, like, it's amazing. Like, the first original suit they made looked so much like Judge Dredd, and they had to stop. Like, we can't do that. It looks too much like Judge Dredd.
It was kind of like the original Predator suit.
Yeah, which was goofy as hell,
that
right?
Jean-Claude Van Damme would have had on.
Yeah.
Like,
And I think it was thanks to Arnold's wedding, because they had to like stop production. They were able to, like, because I guess it was just a shit show before that, and they had that break, and they were able to like redesign the Predator, which made it iconic. And what we got now.
Well, it's one of the greatest designs of all time.
Oh, it is still for sure, and it hasn't really changed much. I mean, there have been alterations, but they still go back to that original design. But Peter Weller, he did the movements for the suit. He had to like learn, like he prepared his movements before he even got in the suit, and then the suit restricted him so much, like he was about ready to quit.
Yeah.
It's like, everything I prepared for I can't do. But it's a great ride through the whole making process. And I kind of want to see docs on the second and third RoboCop, but this one to me is, I know.
And the third one would probably be the most interesting.
Yeah.
What a shit show.
Oh,
what
dude.
a terrible movie that was.
Yeah, that sucked.
And that was written by Frank Miller.
Yeah, and he did 2 as well. Yeah. So the original team wasn't on 2 or 3.
Yeah.
Which shows, because this was just, it just really spotlights how amazing this movie was. I remember almost throwing up at the end of it. When, oddly enough, it wasn't when Alex Murphy was killed, but it was, I think, when Clarence got it in the neck. He started gagging, I think. My dad like turned it off.
It wasn't even when the dude was like melting in the acid.
I guess it's just the neck, man. That's
All right.
my sensitive area. But yeah, great doc. It won't be a waste of your time. Very good. And then this next one we can both talk about. I didn't know you saw it, but Beverly Hills Cop, Axel Foley.
Yeah.
Or Axel F.
Axel
Sorry.
F.
I like that title. That's pretty good. That's better than Axel Foley. I would prefer 4, but they don't want to do that. They get away from the numbers now. So.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. What was your expectations going into this one?
I didn't really have many expectations.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd been so long
30 years.
since I'd even seen. I can't say it's been long since I've seen 1 or 2 because I watch those movies like annually.
Yeah, yeah.
But the third one, it's been probably 3 or 4 years since I'd seen that one.
Yeah.
And I'll shit on that movie because it's not good, but I'll watch it. Like, I will put it on and watch it all the way through. And I do enjoy it, even like the ridiculousness.
Yeah, it gets really bonkers in the theme park.
It gets carny.
Yeah.
Corny, excuse me.
Yeah.
Not carny, like circus.
It kind of works.
It gets corny.
Yeah.
But I still enjoy it. I just watched the first one the other day.
Such a classic.
My daughter had never seen it, and we were sitting there, and I was like, let's watch Beverly Hills Cop.
Did she like it?
Yeah, she did.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't make movies like that anymore.
No.
And what I mean by that is it's a comedy and an action movie, but it's not a situational comedy. It's not putting the character into funny situations or funny plots.
Yeah.
It's funny because Eddie Murphy is funny. Mm-hmm. Everyone else is fucking straight-laced.
That's right.
And Eddie, and they're reacting to him.
Yeah.
He's reacting to them, and it's him both reacting to them as well as just his not one-liners, but his his takes. It's funny.
Yeah.
And you don't get that from a lot of movies anymore.
No.
And so it's refreshing to go back and watch that again. This new one had some of that essence.
Yeah.
And so I did enjoy that. But then at the same time, I watched it like a week ago, and I don't know that I could tell you exactly what happened in it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not exactly memorable to me.
Sure.
And it doesn't help that I just watched the first one again, so that's kind of like more my memory.
Night and day.
It's crazy to me how well Eddie Murphy has aged in comparison to like Judge Reinhold.
Yeah.
Looks fucking rough. And so
well, Taggart's like in his 80s now.
he's like 75-ish.
So realistically, he shouldn't have been a chief, but
that dude looked 75. I mean, he looked, when he was in his 30s, he looked 75.
Yeah.
I mean, and then Reinhold, he's just not aged too well, but
No.
but I liked it. I thought it was good.
they did what they should have done in 3. They should have had everyone back because Taggart was definitely missed in 3.
Taggart was gone in 3.
Yep.
You still had Reinhold. They brought back Serge.
Yes. And then for this one as well.
Yep. Which every time, I don't know what it is about that character, or maybe it's Bronson himself. Every time he comes, I just smile.
Yeah.
I have to smile every time
It's
I see him on
likable
screen
character.
because I know I'm gonna like whatever.
Get the fuck out of here. No, I cannot.
I cannot. I'm gonna dig whatever he's saying.
Yeah.
So I love that character. So always good to see him back. What were your thoughts on it?
I liked it. I really hoped. I saw the trailers and everything, and everything looked promising. And I was nervous. I was like, please be good. Please be good. I liked it a lot. Definitely a lot of callbacks. Jokes. Some don't hit pretty good, but that's okay. It's not perfect. It's better than the third one.
That was what I told you originally. I was like, it's going to be better than the third one, and it is. I agree with that.
Yeah, it is
better than the third one. It was better than Coming to America 2.
Oh God, that was my fear there. I'm like,
that was one of my concerns. Is that movie was kind of painful.
Yeah. Because Eddie Murphy in the interview said, "Oh, it took us so much time to write the perfect script," and I was like, "Really? Like, that was shit."
Yeah, you should have kept working on it, bro.
I mean, the whole time I'm just sitting there in silence, like.
No, I don't know that I chuckled at all during Coming to America 2.
No, but this was total opposite experience.
Yeah, this one was enjoyable. I'll watch it again.
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't remember exactly what happened in it.
Yeah.
But it's one of those where I think it was just kind of like plot light anyway.
Yeah. They've all been, I don't know if you could say predictable films, but, well, this one might be the first time they didn't really show the villain, although it's Kevin Bacon. You know that from the previews. That's the only bad thing about casting him. I knew he was going to be a fucking villain.
As soon as my wife even said it,
that
she was
smirk
like,
and
that Kevin
shit.
Bacon? She's like,
he's a bad guy.
He's the bad guy. I mean, you're not going to cast Kevin Bacon unless he's one of the main protagonists or a main antagonist. And so, as soon as he popped in there, I was like, he's the villain. And he was. Oh, I do remember now because I thought it was fucking the helicopter sequence.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that.
I did too.
And it looked really good.
Yeah, it did.
Like,
it did.
I was actually surprised how good that looked.
Yeah. Big set pieces in this. Really.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt was pretty funny in that movie.
Yeah, he was. He pretty much kept up with all of them. And Jerry Bruckheimer came back to produce this, which was missing from third film as well. And the only thing these streaming movies, they feel like they're glorified TV movies basically. And I don't know if it's just because I was watching on Netflix, but like sometimes it felt like a movie you'd see in a theater, and then sometimes it felt like it was kind of like just kind of watered down version. But overall, I enjoyed it. Yeah, set pieces were great. Him driving the snowplow, that was awesome.
Yep.
Especially when they put in a Shakedown. They brought back the music from the originals.
Yeah, they had a lot of the original music, which was cool.
That's such a cool Bob Seger song. Like it just amps you up, and I loved the. It got him a chance to I think remix the original songs, not like change them, but just give them a fresh sound, and it really popped, and I liked it. That was a lot of great scenes.
Yep.
Loved seeing everyone back. But it was good. Yeah, my biggest complaint really is just the whole Kevin Bacon. I was like, it would have been better, I think, if they kind of led you to think he was the bad guy, and all of a sudden he wasn't. But they made it so easy to predict that.
Well, because it's not Taggart.
No, fuck no, he better not be.
And so Kevin Bacon's the only other option, really.
Right.
Unless it was somebody we hadn't met before at all.
Right.
But I
But you know,
I enjoyed it.
In the other films, you see the bad guys from the start, so it's not like it's not like a big mystery. But yeah, I dug it, and as long as it's successful, they're making a 5. So
Good.
I'm okay with it.
Do it.
Yeah,
I mean,
and I think
Murphy-
so far it is successful.
Yeah, I think so.
I watched it twice.
I don't
already.
know how you judge a Netflix movie's success, because there's no box office numbers or anything like that. I don't know if it's based on streaming. Or
They have charts on
counts.
their
I'm
app
sure they
or
do. I'm
site,
sure they can.
but I don't
they'll
know
chart it out,
how-
see how many people
yeah.
watched it.
Yeah.
To determine if it's success, but I don't know how you quantify that necessarily.
Right.
And
yeah.
so it's tough for me.
Yeah. What'd you think of his daughter?
She was good.
I did too.
Yeah,
thought
I liked
so
her.
too.
She was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. That first scene when she's like, well, it's maybe her third scene, the car. I don't want to give away too much, but man, I was
Yeah.
like, holy fuck.
Yeah.
She's brave.
Yeah, no, it's good. I
Yeah.
do, now that it's starting to come back to me as we're talking about
Yeah.
it. I do remember more and more of it, and yeah, it was good.
It's a fun movie. It's fun. It's
Like I
kind
said, the helicopter sequence alone was awesome.
that was awesome.
Like that
yeah.
was very cool.
Yeah. It really felt real and yeah, well done. And yeah, I'll probably watch it a third time. You know, and if
Yeah,
it was,
I'll see it again for sure.
if I didn't have the luxury of seeing it like on streaming,
I know I'm going to watch it again, because again, the other day I watched 1.
Yeah.
My plan is to watch 2 next. I
Yeah.
will watch 3 again, and then I'll probably watch 4 again.
well, that's what I
Like,
did months
over the next
ago.
couple weeks.
They were all free on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so I meant to just start the first one. Mm-hmm. I like the second one.
Well, I know 1 and 2's on Netflix.
Yes, they are now.
I don't know if 3 is.
I think 3 might be too.
Okay.
But at the time, it's always kind of, you know what? Honestly, it's like when I first bought them on DVD. I'm like, I'm buying the first one. That's the classic.
Yeah.
See the first one. You're like, fuck, I go buy the second one.
Dude, that was me with the Lethal Weapon movies.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, well, 2 is better than the first one.
Yeah.
And then, 3's only $5 on iTunes.
Yeah.
Oh, and 4 is good because it's got Jet Li
Yeah.
as a bad guy and
You
Chris
gotta
Rock.
get them all. Yeah, I even bought 3. I was like, I gotta see more Axel Foley, and this
Yeah.
was, you know, but yeah, this movie was in development hell forever,
Yeah.
and it actually almost became a series. They filmed a pilot, but
Yeah.
it wasn't picked up.
Well, the guys, the 2 guys from Belgium that did the last 2 Bad Boys movies, they were originally attached to direct it.
Yep. They had to drop out, I think. or
Yes,
something like
I don't
that.
know what happened there, but
Yeah.
yeah, they had to drop out.
That leads us into our next film, because one of the writers on this, actually, this movie had all the veteran writers back pretty much from the franchise, and then they had a new writer who actually wrote Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Okay.
So,
Which I saw last night.
yes.
I went to the 10.
He did it for the show. No,
I went to
no.
the 10:10 showing.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to see it in the theaters.
I haven't done that forever. Go to a movie
to
on
a
a
really
whim.
late movie?
Didn't you go on a whim kind of too?
Yeah,
Or- yeah.
yeah. My wife and I went out
That's
to
awesome.
we went out to dinner. We were having pizza, and
Sweet.
we were trying to work it out because Sunday is supposed to be like super hot here, and so we are already planning on going to see Long Legs. And then I was like, oh, and she's like, what if we double feature? And I was like, all right. So we were trying to like get it to work out from a timing perspective to see Bad Boys as well. But the theater near us, we looked at like 3 different theaters. The one that's in our neighborhood, the only way that it would work is if we saw Long Legs, and then the only Bad Boys showing they had was like the Max 4D. And I was like, I don't need to see Bad Boys in Max 4D. Like, and
Will
so
Smith, Martin Lawrence. Whoa.
and so I was
Porsche.
like, all right, I'll just go see it tonight. And she's like, yeah, all right. And I was like, all right, cool. So as I was heading out, and then my son was like, he's like, you're going to go see Bad Boys without me? And I was like, dude, I tried to have you watch the second one like 2 weeks ago, and you lost interest 20 minutes in. And he was like, oh, what the hell?
second one's fucking long. Like
it
it's
is.
kind of too much.
It's like one of the biggest action sequences, though. And he's like, I'm bored. I'm
Yeah,
on my phone.
that's a new generation for you.
So,
Yeah.
but so he went with me last night,
Oh,
and
sweet.
And yeah, we watched it. I enjoyed it. It's still not. They're not as good as, in my opinion, the first 2.
Okay, yeah,
The first one, I don't know if it's because I was like 15 when it came out, and it just kind of punched me in my nostalgic gut every time I see it.
it's Michael Bay's first film.
It was,
wasn't it?
And,
yeah,
and it was incredible that he took this piece of shit script and actually made a fun movie out of it.
I saw it in theaters myself.
I saw it twice in theaters,
Oh.
and I fucking love that movie still.
Bum,
and then
bum,
the,
bum, bum,
the second
bum,
one,
bum. Love that shit.
I'll argue that the second one is probably one of the best action movies ever made, just in terms of action sequences.
Yeah.
It is really long, but the shootouts, the car chases,
Yeah.
the action sequences are...
It goes there, man.
They're incredible.
If I go to Cuba.
Dude, yeah, driving the Humvee through the favela, incredible. And so I love that movie.
Yeah.
The third one, I enjoyed. It was...
I didn't see that. I own it. I haven't
You
seen
have
it
not
yet.
seen that yet?
I don't know why. I
Watch
just haven't.
that one before you watch this one.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
they're tied very closely
I
together.
almost did like when this was coming out.
Yeah.
So I really was like, oh, I want to see it.
I actually like it. I saw it in theater, in the theater. It came out, I saw it in January, right before COVID.
Sweet.
And so it was like the last movie I saw in the theater
Yeah.
for a long time.
It's a big refresher for the franchise. That's
Yeah.
why we got this one, I think.
Yep. Yeah, because it made a lot of money. And
Yes.
this one I think's made a lot of money. So I wouldn't be
Yeah.
surprised if I think this one I was looking at it last night. This one's grossed like $368 million.
Oh, yeah. We're getting another one.
And I mean, so it's
Just fucking nuts. I
more
never
than double
imagined.
what it cost to make it.
Never would imagine we get that many Bad Boys films. I thought after 2 that was kind of it.
I thought after slapping Chris Rock that was going to be it.
Well,
But
and I've heard they do reference it in this movie. Like Will Smith gets slapped a lot. Is that true?
he does
Okay.
get slapped a bit.
Right.
Yeah. Which is funny because when I was watching it last night, I didn't catch.
Okay. Yeah.
I did not catch that
I've
reference.
heard some stuff about it, but yeah.
Martin Lawrence slaps the shit out of him in it.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's funny. It's got the humor that the other ones have.
Sure.
The action sequences are kinetic. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I enjoy that entire franchise for what it is. The plot's paper thin.
Yeah.
But again, you don't go to see fucking Bad Boys for the plot.
Was the last one about the same to you, or is this thinner?
Like plot wise.
Yeah, or just overall, like which one's a better film to you?
Oh man, I think I liked the last one better.
Okay.
The third one I think I liked better than the fourth. But yeah, this one I still enjoyed it. I enjoyed the last one better.
Gotcha.
So.
Yep. Cool. Yeah. I don't know if I'll catch it in theaters in time. But
I mean, if you don't see it this weekend, I'd say
that's
you're probably
true because
But like,
yeah.
but like we said, I mean, it's been in there for a month, so it's had a good run. And
Yeah.
movies these days do not always last that long
right.
in the theater. So
That's true. But yeah, well, I look forward to hopefully you can review that for us. Long Legs.
Long Legs, I will. I'm stoked for that one.
The director, I forgot his first name, but his last name's Perkins.
Perkins?
He's related to Anthony Perkins.
Oh, right on.
Psycho. Yeah.
Yeah. Son, nephew, grandson?
Son.
That's cool.
He's been in a few things, but yeah, I'm really happy for him because this is like quite the deal.
Yeah.
Like
And
Nick Cage is in it. And,
The that's Long Legs. It's also kind of a whim because I hadn't really heard or seen anything on
cool.
it.
Well, then,
And so then it was like, I watched the trailer the other night and I was like, that's going to be hot. Let's go see a movie. And I was like, that looks good. So,
Yeah.
I'm excited. Oh, Trap. That's the other one coming out in early August that I want to see.
what's it called?
Trap.
Trap.
It's the new Shyamalan movie with Josh Hartnett.
Oh, okay. Did he write it?
Shyamalan? I think so.
Because his comeback has kind of been other material, I think. I did see Cabin in the Woods.
I know the
right?
The
Or wait,
Knock at the Cabin in the Woods
Knock
was
at the
not
Cabin,
his
yeah.
material.
Yeah, I did like that.
And Old was based on a graphic novel,
okay.
I believe.
Was Old pretty good?
I liked Old.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's funny with Old, and I make fun of it, and my kids are like, oh, why do you hate this movie? And I'm like, dude, I don't hate the movie. I like the movie. The dialogue is fucking shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's just all expository info dump.
Yeah.
It's terrible. But the movie itself is still enjoyable.
Sure. Well, you could argue his movies are scary. And speaking of scary, what's your favorite scary movies?
Oh, that nice segue. So I was going to ask you about this, and viewers, feel free to chime in as well. So I was making a buddy of mine who is looking for scary movies to watch, and I was like, oh, these ones will kind of fuck you up in the head. So I came up with a list, and I won't go through all of it, but like, okay, that's the list that I provided him so far.
God.
So he's got a good list to go.
Shit.
So here's some of the movies on the list. Okay, Hereditary.
Haven't seen it.
You haven't seen Hereditary?
I kind of get.
damn.
I know. I'm terrible.
Good Boy. It's a more recent movie. It's a foreign film.
Okay.
It's creepy as hell.
Okay.
Here's the gist of it. A girl meets a guy, kind of like a blind date thing. She goes back to his house. He's like, hey, I got a dog. The dog is a person in a dog suit. But he's
What
like,
the fuck?
But he's like,
Oh, is it like body horror,
like
sort
a
of?
dog. Not necessarily.
Okay.
But the whole thing is you don't know.
Oh, he's
like,
a furry? Is
You don't
that
know.
what-
Is the guy fucked up? Is the dog fucked? I mean, you don't know really what it is. It's good. It's unsettling.
Where'd you find this one at?
iTunes. Terrifier, Funny Games, Wolf Creek, The Invitation, which is one of my personal all-time favorites. Green Room, Oculus, Smile, Talk to Me, 1408, Stir of Echoes, The Menu, which is, I still say, the best movie of that
It's a
year.
horror film?
No, but it's...
It's kind of scary. Suspense.
It can be unsettling.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's on my list too.
Yeah.
God, I'm so behind.
Southbound, Last Shift, Candyman, the sequel, In the Mouth of Madness, History of Violence, which is not a horror movie, but definitely worth watching.
Yep. I've seen that one, I think.
Goodnight Mommy, Coherence, The Bay, The Djinn, Spaceman, which is that new Adam Sandler one in space.
Okay.
I haven't seen that yet, but I have it on here also for me to watch. A Lonely Place to Die. I love that movie. Creep and Creep 2. You're Next. Happy Death Day 1 and 2. Summer of 84. And then The Autopsy of Jane Doe. So those are some solid horror movies that he hasn't seen.
Sure.
What you haven't seen half of those, I'm sure.
I've seen some of them.
What is not on there that you think he should watch?
Chairman of the Board. That stars Carrot Top. I'm kidding. I'm sorry. Jacob's Ladder.
Oh,
That's
the
one
original,
of my...
not the remake. The
Oh,
original.
I forgot they remade that. Who'd they remake that with?
I can't remember what his name is. But
And
the
why?
The original's creepy as shit.
Oh my God. Yeah, it is. That's an acid trip. And the beauty of it is it's going places where you're like, this will never make sense. And then the last part of the film totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Everything clicks. I'm
Yep.
not going to give it away, but that's one of my favorite movies.
Agreed.
It's awesome. Yeah.
And there's
Fucking
that
nuts.
one scene in there is nightmare inducing.
The dance scene?
The dance scene.
Oh.
So terrifying.
Well, and the dude at the back of the cab. Seven. I think I've seen Seven. It's fucking creepy.
I assume that everybody has seen that movie.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those popular ones. Conjuring. I like that one.
Yeah, he's seen those ones. We talked about those ones. Yep.
Okay. Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Would you put that in there?
No.
No. Yeah, shit. I don't know. I've seen other things. It just, one that had a great beginning but shitty end. It Follows. I thought.
Oh, I love It Follows.
Even the end.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. That is one of those. The first time I saw it, I didn't care for it.
Yeah.
I saw it. I've seen it probably 5 or 6 times now.
Yeah.
And every time since, I've liked it a little better.
Yeah.
And what it is for me, the score in that movie, the musical score,
Oh,
is
sure. Yeah.
so
It's very artsy. Yeah.
fucking intense.
Yeah.
It is.
That's getting a sequel finally too.
Crazy. Yes,
Yeah.
it is. Smile's getting a sequel too, which looks really good.
That looks like totally like you can definitely tell the budget's higher.
Yeah.
I feel like it is.
I feel like
anyway.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks good.
God, I can't think of anything else.
Well, viewers, if you think of any others,
yeah.
let me know.
Yeah. Well, Halloween's coming up, and so we.
I already gave him like my go-to Halloween movie every Halloween, Trick or Treat.
That's a good one. I actually like that one.
Tales of Halloween is fun too. Scary movies or Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark is great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But yeah, Trick or Treat's my all-time favorite Halloween movie.
Hoobie Halloween.
My kids love that movie.
I do
think it
too.
is so dumb.
It's a guilty pleasure because it is dumb. It is really stupid.
This is why I'm excited to see.
But Adam Sandler can do that.
This is why I'm excited to see Spaceman
Yeah.
because I will die on this hill. Adam Sandler has not made a funny movie since fucking Happy Gilmore.
Wedding Singer?
Didn't like it.
What?
Yeah, didn't care for it. Little Nicky.
More of a rom-com.
I broke up with a girl because she made me watch Little Nicky. She's like, "Oh, I love this movie. It's my favorite movie." And I was like, I can't date you anymore.
Oh my God.
This movie's terrible.
I can't think of what else he's done since then. I mean, I can, but like something that's like huge.
And like my kids are like grown-ups. That's more of an ensemble movie in my
and
opinion.
2 gets really fucking out there.
I've never
like
seen
cartoonish.
2. Yeah,
oh,
I've
it's
never
cartoonish.
seen 2, but 1, it's amusing.
Yeah.
It's still no Happy Gilmore or Billy Madison. Like those are he should have stopped.
Well, Happy Gilmore 2's coming.
And I will watch it and I'm sure I'll be disappointed. I will report back to you though.
Nice. Well, yeah, Halloween is coming, so yeah, hopefully we got some great things coming our way. There's something we got to do. I think next month for sure. Maybe
we gotta
try
start.
to.
We got to start getting that done. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
got to. It's a surprise. But anyway, thanks for being on. Appreciate
having
it.
me on.
This was fun.
Always a pleasure.
Yes, always. Likewise. So yeah, check us out wherever you podcast, YouTube, of course, social media, and fieldofgeeks.com. Anything you want to plug?
Nope.
Got
Not
the
yet.
Top secret
Give it
project
time.
and the comic spinoff
Yeah.
show. We'll be back. I'm Josh.
I'm Jonah.
Take care.
See you guys.